Have you ever wondered why society is so obsessed with the idea of perfection? Our world today is under the constant siege of perfectionism. It's a relentless pressure that permeates every aspect of our lives, from our physical appearance to our careers, our relationships, and even our personal achievements. The media, both social and mainstream, is a key player in fostering this obsession. Images of flawless beauty, ideal bodies, perfect lives, and unparalleled success are splashed across screens and pages, creating an illusionary benchmark that seems both desirable and attainable. Yet, beneath the glossy veneer lies a stinging reality. These standards are often unrealistic, and the pursuit of them detrimental. Admittedly, striving for excellence can drive us to improve, to reach heights we never thought possible. But when does this quest for the best become a toxic cycle? When we begin to measure our worth against these unattainable standards. When our self-esteem becomes intertwined with how closely we match up to society's ideal of perfection. When our happiness hinges on the external validation we receive. The impact on our mental health is profound. We berate ourselves for every perceived flaw, every mistake, every deviation from the norm. We become trapped in a vicious cycle of comparison and dissatisfaction, always striving, never arriving. Anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem are often the unfortunate byproducts of this relentless pursuit. And what is this perfection we chase? It's transient, ever-changing. Today's ideal will be replaced by tomorrow's. It's subjective, varying across cultures and individuals. What is perfect to one might be flawed to another. It's elusive, always just out of reach, no matter how hard we try or how much we achieve. In the end, the chase for perfection is nothing more than a mirage. It's a tantalizing illusion that promises happiness and fulfillment but delivers neither. It's time we reevaluate our understanding of perfection, recognizing its destructive potential and embracing the beauty of our imperfections instead. Because after all, it's our flaws, our struggles, our unique experiences that truly define us, not some unattainable ideal. So let's celebrate our individuality, our humanity, and most importantly, our perfectly imperfect selves. Do we pay a price for our ignorance? This question hangs in the air, heavy with implications. Indeed, we do pay a price, and it's a steep one at that. Ignorance, the state of being uninformed or unaware, is not simply a personal shortfall. It is a societal ailment, a collective blind spot that affects us all. When we turn a blind eye to social issues, when we ignore the cries of those less fortunate than us, we are not only failing them, but we are also failing ourselves. We are endorsing a society that is blind to empathy, that lacks compassion, that is devoid of basic human decency. Similarly, ignorance towards climate change is not just an environmental issue, but a societal one. Climate change is not a distant future problem. It's here and it's happening now. By choosing to remain uninformed, we are choosing to jeopardize our future, the future of our children, and the future of our planet. Global inequalities, a term so broad yet so personal, is another area where ignorance exacts a heavy toll. By ignoring the disparities in wealth, education, and opportunity that exist both within and between countries, we are perpetuating an unjust world. We are allowing the rich to get richer, while the poor get poorer. Education and information are our most potent weapons against ignorance. They are the antidote to the poison of unawareness, the light that dispels the darkness of misinformation. They are not just tools for personal growth, but tools for societal transformation. However, it's not enough to just be informed. We must also act on that information. We must use it to make better decisions, to take more responsible actions, to create a better world. We must use it not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of those around us. Ignorance is not bliss. It's a ticking time bomb. Each second that we choose to remain ignorant, we are inching closer to self-destruction. But we have the power to defuse this bomb. We have the power to choose knowledge over ignorance, action over apathy, and hope over despair. Scene script. Are we truly free in today's society? Let's delve into this. As we navigate through the corridors of modern society, we are often greeted with the illusion of freedom. We are told that we can be anything we want to be, that the world is our oyster. But is this really the case? Consider societal expectations. We grow up with a preconceived notion of success, often defined by material wealth or professional achievement. But this tunnel vision can limit our freedom to explore other paths, to create our own definition of success. Then there's economic pressure. It's easy to believe we're free when we can buy what we want, travel where we wish, or choose our own careers. But this is a freedom accessible only to those with financial means. For others, the economic realities of life can be a confining cage, limiting their options and dictating their choices. And what about political structures? We may live in democracies, where we have the right to vote, express our opinions, and protest against injustice. But these rights are often skewed by powerful interests, media bias, and systemic inequalities. The freedom to make informed decisions is compromised, and our voice may feel like a whisper in a roaring storm. Acknowledging these limitations is the first step towards genuine freedom. We must question the narratives we're fed, challenge the status quo, and strive for a society where freedom is not just an illusion, but a reality for all. Freedom is more than just the absence of external constraints. It's about having the capacity to make choices that align with our values, our dreams, our inner selves. It's about recognizing the invisible chains that bind us and working to break them. True freedom is not just about having choices. It's about understanding the implications of those choices. After all, a bird in a gilded cage may have the freedom to fly within its confines, but it's still trapped. To truly be free, we must first understand the cage that confines us. Why are we never satisfied with what we have? This question tugs at the fabric of our society, revealing a culture of discontent that has permeated our lives. It's like we're on a never-ending treadmill, always chasing the next big thing, the next job, the next gadget, the next trend. But in this chase, are we losing sight of what truly matters? This discontent stems from a culture of consumerism that constantly bombards us with messages of more. More clothes, more gadgets, more money, more success. It's a relentless pursuit that often leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled. We're in a state of constant want, a perpetual cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. But what if the key to a fulfilled life isn't about having more, but rather appreciating what we already have? What if it's about finding joy in the ordinary, the everyday, the simple? This is where the concept of gratitude comes in. Gratitude is the acknowledgement of the good in our lives. It's appreciating the sunrise, the smell of fresh coffee, the laughter of a loved one. It's recognizing the value in our experiences, both good and bad, and understanding that they shape who we are. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to discontent. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. It makes us realize that we are already rich in so many ways. It helps us understand that our worth is not defined by the material possessions we have, but by the love, joy, and peace that fill our lives. Contentment, then, is not about having everything, but about finding joy in what we have. It's about celebrating the present moment rather than constantly yearning for the next. It's about appreciating the journey, not just the destination. So, let's challenge this culture of discontent. Let's cultivate gratitude, celebrate our blessings, and find joy in the simple things. Let's shift our focus from wanting more to appreciating more. After all, contentment is not about having everything, but finding joy in what you have. So, where do we go from here? In the face of the mirage of perfection, the price of ignorance, the illusion of freedom, and the culture of discontent, we've journeyed through the stark realities of our society. But this journey isn't meant to leave us in despair. Quite the opposite, it's a call to action, a call to change. To escape the mirage of perfection, we must first recognize the illusion for what it is. We must embrace the beauty in our imperfections, the lessons in our failures, and the strength in our struggles. Perfection is not a destination, but a journey of continuous growth. Against the price of ignorance, we must arm ourselves with knowledge. We've been gifted with the power of curiosity, the ability to question, to learn, to grow. We must not let societal norms stifle this gift. Ignorance is not bliss, it's a barrier, and knowledge is the key. To shatter the illusion of freedom, we must value our individuality. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our dreams, these are what make us unique. We must not let societal expectations dictate our lives. True freedom lies in the courage to be ourselves in all our wonderful, unique glory. In the face of the culture of discontent, we must cultivate contentment. We must learn to find happiness not in what we don't have, but in what we do. Contentment is not complacency. It's a state of inner peace, a state of appreciation for the present moment and all its blessings. The path forward may not be easy, it may not be clear, but it is there. It's a path paved with self-awareness, with knowledge, with individuality, and with contentment. It's a path that leads not to a perfect society, but to a better one. Change starts with understanding the reality of our society and taking the necessary steps towards a better tomorrow.